What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. So what we need to talk about today is obviously AMC and the fact that we are seeing another positive day. Monday, Tuesday, Fridays, all of those are looking like great days. Wednesdays and Thursdays are a little bit shaky, so we'll see how the rest of the week plays out, because sometimes we have full positive weeks, sometimes we have full negative weeks. You never really know exactly what will happen there. But I'm going to talk about why we are seeing these increases, why I believe we're seeing these increases, and also, to factor in the volume and all the movement, all of that stuff, really to go through everything that we need to talk about when it comes to Ortex data, Fintel data, the actual price action, all of that stuff. So before we get started, guys, hit the like button, also hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell for more videos just like this one. I notice there's a lot of people that are not notified that are subscribed, and also a lot of people that are watching that are not subscribed. So if you can, hit the subscribe button and hit that notification bell. It helps out, 2 times basically. So what we need to talk about here is we're going to start where we started at, where was the pre-market. Basically, I started in the pre-market. It was at 2% pretty much the whole day. I was talking about a lot of crypto this morning because AMC really didn't move too much. It was just staying consistently at 2%, while a lot of other things were actually decreasing. They weren't really making too many moves, and people were focusing on some other areas as well. So through the pre-market, it really just stayed in that same area, really consolidated somewhere around that 1 to 2%. Didn't really fall too much besides the action that we did see at 9:29. When I got off the stream, I was watching it and it was fluctuating, having those huge price swings back from where it closed at all the way up to where it was. So it was pretty much dropping $1 and going back up. I don't know if anybody's seen that, but when it opened, it started to rise right away. It started to have a huge increase on this 1 minute candlestick right here, seeing about 2 million shares worth of volume, and it increased to about 46.25, to where, that was a good price to see it at. And what we were going to do is probably see that pull back. And that's what I was waiting for, to see that pullback when they were going to end up starting to short it just a little bit. And I'm noticing that they're not as aggressive with their shorts. Is there a reason why they're not aggressive with their shorts? I don't really know, but they're not as aggressive with their shorts. They're keeping it to a level, I guess, to where they feel comfortable, but I know they can't hold this for too much longer. So we did see it test 46 multiple times. Typically, when you see a double touch point, you're going to see it end up decreasing lower than where it was and actually find solid movement down. But you didn't really see that much solid movement down. Yes, you did have, create lower highs and lower lows, but it bounced off the 200 EMA, which typically you will see that end up pushing past that 200 EMA when you see those double touch points and, resist at multiple areas. So it ended up pushing up and increasing, creating a higher high and higher low here, and then even creating another higher high, breaking past this form of resistance without any problem. It wasn't to a point to where it had another touch point at this level. Yeah, it probably touched right here, but you did see a quick pullback, and then another minute started to increase right after that. So I don't count that as more of a touch point. I mean, you can count it as just a level of resistance a little bit, but I don't really count it as that. It did push past there pretty easily, and then did come back to break below that and consolidate a little bit. Currently, we are seeing it up higher, so it has been increasing since those levels. So it did decrease to another level where it touched the 200 EMA again and then bounced off that 200 EMA. So that shows as a line of support, as that ascending level of support. You could see that it had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touch points, and you could see another touch point here before it ends up increasing again. So just be aware of seeing that. Right now we are at about 7%. I don't know where we'll exactly finish, because this video is going to be live before we actually close. So we don't know exactly where this will go. So all in all, I'm thinking that we will find maybe a touch point in the form of consolidation somewhere around that $46 mark. We won't see that high of 47, I don't believe, but we could see that in the after hours market and a continuation of this positive trend, this positive movement. If we looked at some of the numbers, we seen about 89 or about 90 million shares worth of volume. We're looking at 89.4 million shares worth of volume. And you can see the high was 47.16, which we recently hit. The low was 44.06, which has been since, basically we opened. and the open price is around 44.16. So really, we didn't have too much of a decrease here. A lot of it was green, a lot of it was positive. That's a good sign, a really, really good sign. So today, all in all, was really good. Now, what's the reason why we were seeing this, increase? Well, you would say, okay, let's look at the borrow data. Well, they returned a couple of shares. That's probably why we did see some, and they're not borrowing as much. Well, yes, that's it too. You're seeing about 300,000, or I guess wherever you want to look at it, 300,000 borrowed shares, and 1.29 million return shares, which obviously has a negative impact on this number, this borrow change number of 1 million. Basically, you are looking at 17.13, 17.13 short interest of free float, which is around 87 million shares. The shares on loan are still at 107, and you're also seeing utilization at an increase from the last time I looked at it, at 93.39. Now, what I like to point out here, because it doesn't give you a clearer picture as to why, we're seeing this increase. Well, it's mainly because if you look at some of the FINRA data, we're actually at its lowest point of, the amount that they have been shorting for quite some time. We're at 36% of FINRA volume. Now, I know this isn't the whole volume, the whole picture, but it does show you a little picture, a little glimpse of exactly where we are and why we're seeing this increase. Because look, we have 24 million shares. That's still a lot of shares that they shorted, but it's not as much as they were shorting before at 27. We saw a positive day on Monday, also a positive day on Friday. But look at this, 67 million. We did have 20 million, but you look at some of the percentages, you're looking at 51%, 55%, 56, 47, 51, 56. And look at these last 2 days that have been positive, or even the last 3 days, 36%, 37%, and 41%. So they're not shorting as much and they're not as aggressive. And I really don't know exactly why they're not as aggressive. Maybe they don't have the firepower that they had before, or maybe they're giving up a little bit, or maybe they're just gearing up for a time to where we get to another form of resistance. Maybe it's going to be a form of resistance above 100, and they're looking to basically have a bunch of shorts available so that they can, short this thing and bring it back down below 100. That's possible. And they may be set in this form of consolidation and they can't hold it where it's at. So now they're waiting for it to break out. And once it does break out, they're going to try and short it again. So that's what I'm thinking is going to happen. But right now, anyways, we had a good day. We're at 7%. We are seeing it decrease. And you can see that we're seeing that touch point of the 200 EMA. We could possibly see that bounce right off that 200 EMA and go right back up to about 46, where it would close around 46. Now, it's also possible that they can bring this thing down and short it at the end of the day and do as much as possible to get us below and get us down to like 4%. I would imagine we're going to see, if we were moving in a normal manner, we would see that jump or actually increase, a bounce off of that 200 EMA. But if we're not, because you can look at all the data, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 touch points. With all those touch points, that's a solid level of support that we can bounce off of. So if it does break below it, which it does look like it broke below it a little bit, there's been times where it broke below it just slightly as well for some of these points. But we are breaking firmly below it, it looks like. So anyways, we'll see how this all plays out. I'm not going to push this video on for too long and just watch this whole thing because you're probably watching it live. But make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more videos like this one. Also, make sure you get your free stocks with Webull down below. And don't forget to check out some of my other channels. If you guys are interested in looking at my golf channel, my shorts channel, all of that stuff, make sure you guys check it out because I'm going to be uploading a lot of content on my golf channel because I love to golf. Obviously, I'm in golf attire now. I'm going to be golfing now. This is why I'm creating this video so early. So guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll catch you guys in the next video.